Hello, it's Mike Levin from Mike Levin SEO at about 7 a.m. in the morning or so, and I am out on my morning dog walk of my Bouv, and it's time to capture my morning thoughts. It's August 1st, the first official start day of my contracts, and so now we shift to deliverables. And deliverables in SEO very often starts with keyword lists, building them, evaluating the appropriateness of individual keywords as likely to be used by your target audience, your likelihood to be able to get into the first page of results on those keywords, their cost versus how much it would take to just buy first page positioning in AdWords, and a number of other criteria, whether your competitors target them. I guess that's similar to your chances of getting onto page 1 of results. And so building those keyword lists is so important. And the first tool to that end is a crawler. And as you saw, all my tool building did not involve or get up to the crawler point. Well, I bought the Screaming Frog crawler, the UK tool, which is all the rage right now in SEO. And I have crawlers I built from previous lives, including the 360i Tiger one, which is still publicly accessible. And Python has a free and open source spider called Scrapey, which takes quite a bit of customization. It's not a plug and go, but I will be using that for custom crawls in the future. And a whole bunch of other tools, Mechanize. There's a great variety of approaches to crawlers in Pythons, many of which are already a solved problem for me. So it's not my focus. I was talking about bookmarklets for the platform I'm making, and well, this Raspberry Pi Python code execution platform is like right now for post-crawl processes in my mind, like taking the data from the crawl, looking at the data on the pages and the links between pages, and figuring out what keywords each page appears to be targeting. Bam! There's your first keyword list. I call that actuals. And you have to add to actuals the keywords that are actually in the that your competitors are also targeting. So you might do a crawl of their site. And as a colleague in the industry, Neil Patel, recently pointed out, Wikipedia is a great source for keywords. Now, once you start gathering keywords, and a spider isn't automatically able to just grab those keywords, because not everyone puts things in the meta keyword tag, making it easy for you. You need to look at it as a human being and identify what those keywords are. And sometimes there's 3 or 4 words running together, and the first 2 are a keyword pair, and then the second and third are a keyword pair. So it's more of an art form than it is a automatable task. Hence my talk about bookmarklets, because with bookmarklets you can just highlight an area on a page or highlight a keyword pair on a page, click a button, and bam, that data gets collected into, say, Google Spreadsheets, which is a trick I've been using for many years. Google Spreadsheets is a great alternative to a database where you keep your application data files light. If you're using a web head like the Raspberry Pi I'm using, it feels kind of wrong to start dropping data files on there. So what I'm going to do is use the very standard Python API for name-value pairs. It's called the dictionary, and it is very capable of collecting and storing a bit of data locally, but then I can simultaneously drop it into Google Spreadsheets or keep a hook there for it to be connected to much more capable industrial databases in the future, because there are connectors between the Python dictionary API, and just about any database out there, ones that follow the same key value pair approach like Redis or Berkeley DB, or even using things like Postgres and MySQL, which follow a much more relational database manager. Point being, I will not be hardwiring my code for any particular database out there, but rather for the nearly eternal Python dictionary API instead. And there you go. The first deliverable is so often keyword lists, and many deliverables that come after it are related to keyword lists, building of new ones, evaluating them. And I've been talking about bookmarklets, and bookmarklets will be my way of cutting out all that tedium of manually copying and pasting keywords, switching between different apps. I'll just surf the web, highlight, click a bookmark, bam, 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 build my keyword list, which I can then use further tools that I'll also be running on Raspberry Pi, which will connect directly to that spreadsheet to make further evaluations, like capturing, the competitiveness in AdWords, that kind of thing. Well, thanks for joining me. Those are my morning thoughts, and hope to talk to you soon, and don't forget to subscribe.